I've actually done something with my life and assimilate to society very well and made friends and act like a fucking human being to other people.
Please.
The fact you have to drag that out instead of
come on, dude. Brian Gumbel still gets pulled over. Brian Gumbel could still, at any moment, get the shit kicked out of him if someone doesn't watch Good Morning Today or whatever the fuck he's on.
What happened in Bill Burr's life that made you such a guilty white person?
I'm not a guilty white person.
You are so guilty.
No, I'm not. See, he's tapping out. He's tapping out. He just capitulated the argument.
I'm not.
Victory for Bill Burr.
Bill Burr.
You know what? I'm going to leave right now. Bill Burr, Carolina. You just got fucking destroyed, and you got nothing. When did you become such a fucking douchebag? That's not even.
Don't pull an Iron Sheik on me,
fuck you! I fuck you, and your ass should make you humble. I don't want to do this anymore. You just had an Iron Sheik. That's a new thing. The Iron Sheik moment. You tapped out.
I did not tap out.
Why'd you tap out?
You stopped making points.
You're the one that could
you stopped making points. You stopped making points. You just started insulting me.
You just did that to me.
You kind of tapped out.
I asked you what happened in your life.
Thank you.
There
we go. You did.
Why'd you tap out, Anthony?
I didn't tap out.
Why'd you tap out?
New word for the pest, capitulate.
You guilty. You will not
You just
blame.
capitulated the argument.
You will not blame black people.
His
for
eyebrows
anything.
are up. Look at it. It's over. His fucking heart rate's
You
up.
won't blame black people.
It's over.
For any.
It's over.
There has to be some responsibility.
But why did you insult Bill Burr in the middle of that?
Yeah. Why did you quit?
What happened?
At what point did you
I
quit?
didn't quit, Bill.
You quit.
I'm here. I'm right
No, you
here.
didn't. But you abandoned your argument. You completely abandoned it, and you turned it into a personal attack. Put your eyebrows down and be a goddamn man. Gather yourself. Do we need to take a break?
No,
maybe Anthony can. Anthony
this is too good.
I did the same thing that you did to me three times during this discussion.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Is that why Opie's agreeing with? Opie's agreeing with me.
Well,
he's more agreeing against Anthony than he is with you.
Opie is stirring the pot. Is what it's called.
What are you talking about?
I've seen this for years.
There's a white guilt thing you said to Bill Burr.
That
he's a very
Opie
guilty white
has
guy.
a track record that speaks for itself. That he doesn't do things like that.
No,
he doesn't do
do
things like that.
up.
He doesn't do things like that.
Bill,
I mean, what?
Bill.
There you go. Oh, Anthony's back.
Bill.
I didn't know who that
Apologize
guy's.
to Bill, first of all.
Are there
the white
any-
guilt
Your
thing.
eyebrow
any
and your mustache. Everything was fucking at full mast.
Full mast. Are there any situations, Bill, where black people are to blame?
I'll give you a great example.
I didn't even ask the question.
I already know what you're asking me.
What am I
You
gonna
did
ask?
ask it.
What
You
am I?
fucking shouted it with your eyebrows at full attention. Is there anything? You would have thought you were out of food. Have you no?
All right, answer the question that Anthony
I'll
never
tell you.
asked.
This is one that I hate.
Okay.
I hate whenever a black dude is like a pimp or something like that, and then they just blame his social situation and be like, well, if he was white, he could have been a doctor. It's like, no, he's making a scumbag move. How come if he was white, he wouldn't be a CEO for Enron? He wouldn't be a banker.
Oh, right,
he wouldn't be a
right.
complete piece of shit. All of a sudden, like, just because he's black, he's going to be an angel. People are people, and most people are pieces of shit, and they're fucking liars. That's what I feel. And most people don't do the right thing, including myself, because that's the hardest thing in life, is not to be a complete piece of shit. It is. It's easier when you're younger, when you have parents, and they can act like they're not complete pieces of shit and try to fucking make you a better person. But the second you leave the nest, and then you go out in the world, and it's like, I could go to a peep show right now, and I'm not going to get sent to bed early.
So
then
start turning
you
into
slowly,
a piece of shit.
you slowly go off track, which has fucking happened in my life. So that's my thing. No, I don't just openly. I don't. Believe me, dude. I've had unbelievable battles with other black comics who were all sitting there in the middle of a deal before I'd ever gotten a deal, telling me that I had it easier as a white person.
That is enraging when black comics pull that fucking shit.
Yeah. So that happened. Not to start a fucking soapbox thing here for Anthony. Another subject to go off of. Yeah, there's definitely that stuff. Okay.
I've lowered my brows.
Yes, you have. All right.
We got two great phone calls coming in. First is James in Canada. James.
Good morning, boys.
Good morning,
Hi,
James.
Anthony.
Yes, sir.
I'm whiter than 2 bags of milk. And I got no
Bags?
guilt for nothing, but I find it funny that you have these battles with Bill or Patrice, but when Quentin Rampage Jackson or Frank Lucas was in this week, you didn't say shit.
What am I going to start a racial discussion with them for? They're not known for that. What am I going to do?
Exactly. All Frank Lucas did was $1 million a day in drugs.
Yes.
Why would you discuss the black community with him?
Why am I going to get into it with him?
And Bill Burr is known for his racial stances?
And yeah, at times.
Yeah.
I've seen Bill up on his soapbox.
All right. You have a good day.
That
And
was
you're
very,
fucking
very-
Canadian, so shut up. You can't even talk about this.
Oh,
I don't know what
shit.
I don't know
He
what
did it
black
again.
people
You
are like.
won, sir. You're 0-2. You just did it again.
No,
You kinda did it.
That is
You
the
did.
biggest, Bill. That is the biggest cop out.
Because you're not bringing up a
That I
point. What do you
bring
know,
up a
you
point.
fucking Canadian?
He
Go
is.
dump some syrup on your cock.
The guy-
well, I made my point.
You mean to tell me this guy knows
Anthony, you're a
more
child. You
about,
argue like a child.
African Americans than I called African Canadians.
Clean up your toys and go to your room, sir.
No.
And think about what you've done.
No.
There you go.
They're not
Calm
called
Anthony.
African
Calm Anthony.
Canadians.
Can I go?
We're talking about African Americans. You have to live amongst them to get an understanding of what we're talking about. A Canadian does not know what the fuck I'm
anybody
talking
buying
about.
this?
He
I'm
does
not
raise a
buying
good
this.
point about Canadians commenting on racial relations in America when they don't
it's
experience
a whole
it.
different story up there.
They have a totally
don't
different point of
fucking
view.
Put up with shit up there. If a white fucking Canadian says something bad, race-wise, it's more of a
The
crime.
Human
than-
Rights Tribunal,
it's
they
more
really
of
are
a crime
pathetic
than,
in Canada.
Than fucking killing somebody.
The fucking
up there.
CBC is worse than the FCC. here.
Crazy. So I don't want to hear from Canadians.
All right, let's go down to New Orleans and talk to Q.
Oh Christ! Might as well be
Q,
Canada.
I believe, has been on our show a few times. Q.
Yeah, I done called a couple of times. What's up, boy?
What's up?
What's
P?
up, Q?
Congratulations, Hope. That's the first thing I want to say. Jimmy, love your stuff.
Thank you, sir.
Bill, you're a killer, man. I love you to death.
Congratulations,
And yes, for the
Q. I'm sure you have lots of kids.
See? 0 for 3, Bill Burr. Although funny.
That was
Although
funny.
funny,
That was
but
funny.
0 for 3.
That was funny.
Q, how many kids do you have for the discussion
That's so
at
funny.
hand? Hold on, Q.
Bill.
How many kids? How many kids?
I've got 2. I'm 37. I have 2 kids by my wife that we've been married for 6 years, and my son is 5 and 3.
Wow, you're the guy in all the commercials. Wow, holy shit.
Or maybe he's just been shooting blanks for the last 15 years.
But no, I mean, but my background, I come from a background that I wanted to wait, and that was the way it was. Now, I had a lot of friends that, grew up as such, had a lot of different kids and things like that. And also grew up with a
Jail.
lot of racism. I
said
grew up
wine
with a
away,
lot of
but it was jail.
racism and everything like that.
Yeah.
I grew up in the inner, I grew up not so much
Thank
in
you,
the
Bill.
inner city. I grew up not so much in the inner city, but in the suburbs and whatnot. And then we moved out to a little place that was like completely country. School went from kindergarten to 12th grade, and I was like one of 5 blacks in the whole school. So that's when I first encountered racism. But anyway, the whole thing I wanted to say was it's so funny to hear Ant because a lot of times Ant goes on his rants and everything, and sometimes I got to admit I got to turn it off. And I almost get to the point to where, oh shit, I'm canceling my XM. But
Oh, Jesus.
It's all, it's
Don't
all
worry,
in the day.
Sirius will do that
It's
when you
all
stop
in
paying the
day.
bills.
It's all in the day.
See,
It's all in
yeah.
the day.
You insulted him.
It's all in the day, and I really love you guys for everything you do and for everything else you've gone through, and and everything that you say. But it's so funny sometimes to hear Ant go on these rants like this because it's almost as if to say that white people are, white people are mad because we don't have enough power.
No, it's not. It has nothing to do with power. It has to do with
when it boils down to it,
Yeah.
like you were saying with the black Israelites on the corner. Now, like I said, I'm not endorsing any particular ideology, anything like that, as far as what everybody says and stuff. But from the way you're making it sound, and just to reinforce Bill's point, was that you're saying that when you pass on the corner and these guys are just oh, white people, blah 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 blah, and everything, and it's like, why don't more white people get mad?
right.
And how come it's like you get a black person on the corner, you get a white person on the corner doing the same thing? Because it's a fine line. Because unfortunately, especially within the climate that we live in right now, it's a very fine line that, man, shit can get reverted to 1965 or, 1955.
Oh, believe me, I don't think it's going back to 1965 with a black president in the White House. to
Oh,
tell you
yeah?
the truth.
Go on YouTube and
Yeah.
read some of the comments.
And there are comments under videos that show horrid atrocities committed by black people.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I can go
Yes.
on. No. Dude, you can go on anything.
Oh, believe me,
anything.
I've
And
been-
there's shit that has nothing to do with race. And what I love about the race is they can't even spell. Somebody wrote the other day, left a comment. He goes, Mexican. I could have guessed Guest.
Bill actually said it right, though. You said it is the king surf mentality. But that really is, like, Ant gets, like, yelled at, like, oh, he's a racist. But that king surf mentality really is a very closeted racism and a very closet, and I don't mean by you, but I mean the people that feel that way, like, oh, the black Israelites shouldn't be held accountable for what they say. They're children. They're serfs.